What is up, guys? It is reveal season. There is a lot of cards to go over. Usually this would trickle out, but because Worlds is next week, Riot has released all the cards at once, and I'm excited to take a look. I'm excited to give my thoughts, and I'll try to give a rating 1 to 5. And yeah, let's take a look. All right, Mordekaiser. I'm gonna start with Mordekaiser because just how this site is. I'm gonna start with Mordekaiser, and we'll go from there. All right, Mordekaiser, 7 mana, 5/8 with Challenger. Kill up to 2 allies. When you slay another ally, revive it. So you play this, and you immediately just can kill 2 and revive them. Okay. Level up. 15 plus allies have died. Allies with 5 plus power count twice. So you play it, you kill 2 allies, they revive. Okay, seems pretty. I mean, and he's a 5/8 for 7 cost. Okay. Level 2. Kill up to 2 allies. When you slay another ally, revive it. Attack. For the rest of the game, when you slay a unit, drain 1 from the enemy nexus. For the rest of the when you attack for the rest of the game. When you slay a unit, drain 1 from the enemy nexus. Okay, so I think what this is if he gets 1 attack off, every time you slay any unit, you drain 1. And if you attack twice, you drain 2, and so on. That seems really, really strong. Like, if it was just damage the enemy nexus, I don't think it would be as strong. But because you're draining and you're actually preventing, you're like staying healthy, it seems pretty good. Hard to give him a number without seeing the rest of the cards. So let's just keep going. All right, an ally starts a free attack. Okay, wait, this is 10 mana. This is the Mordekaiser champion spell, I assume. Yeah, okay. An ally starts a free attack, challenging the strongest enemy. Kill all other units. So, okay, well, honestly, okay, if you play this card and they don't have an answer to it, you just win the game, right? Because if you have Mordekaiser on the board, you just revive you're gonna revive all your units, and you're gonna clear the board. I mean, it's a lot of mana, but it's a very strong effect, so I can understand it. That's a big spell. All right, let's give you. I want to see like what the package for Mord is. Shackled Gas. 1 mana, 1/1. Last breath, and the next time you revive an ally, create a copy of me in hand. Okay, so you can kind of just go pretty much like infinite with this card. Like, you can constantly have this card on the board. It's 1 mana, 1/1, just great trump blocker. I think this is a pretty good card. Like, I forgot what it's called, but the 2/1 in SI that does revives at the end of the round, kind of a similar effect. It gets played in like Tristana decks. Is like, it's a 2 cost 2/1 that like revives itself. But 1 mana, 1/1. This is like a great stalling. Like, you just get a free blocker for 1 mana, or a 1 mana blocker every turn. This is just Mord's champion spell. Okay, Legion of the Served. 3 mana, 4/3. Grant Deathless to an ally in hand. Okay. I don't know what Deathless is. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what that means. Does that mean it probably means they revive. I'm going to guess that means they revive. When they die, they revive. Let's hold up. Maybe it'll be explained. Okay, 5 mana. Elmigation of Vile Rites. 5 mana, 5/3. Deathless. To play me, kill an ally. Last breath, heal your Nexus 2. Okay, I gotta figure out what Deathless means. Okay, I honestly could not find anything, but let's continue. I do not know what Deathless is. No clue. But I assume it means it revives one time, because why else would you pay 5 mana for a 5/3? So I'm gonna make the assumption that it revives, but who knows? Let's continue. So So a 5 mana 5/3 Deathless, let's say it revives, to play me kill an ally. So that's actually kind of a plus in this deck. You know, it's a lot of Last Breath. And then heal your Nexus too. You know, I don't know. I don't know if this is super strong, but it might be. I mean, it's again a nice stall card for you to win with Mordekaiser, and that's kind of like the game plan, right? Okay, here we go. Deathless Grasp Cultist, 4 mana 3/4. Okay, fearsome. When I'm summoned or you summon a Titanic ally, curse the strongest enemy with terror. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm back. We got the Deathless Grasp Cultist, 4 mana 3/4 fearsome. When I'm summoned or you summon a Titanic ally, curse the strongest enemy with terror. I do not know what curse the strongest enemy with terror means. No clue. No idea. I'm assuming it like makes it so they can't block or they can't attack or something, but no idea, and I'm not even gonna go into guessing. I'm sure someone in the comments knows. If you do, please let me know in the comments or come check out my stream, because I have no idea. I'm gonna continue on. Oh, here we go. Okay. Well, we're getting our answer. Okay, so Terror is a focus 2 mana spell. It says while I'm in hand, the curse unit has -3/-0. Okay. Okay. So if we read this again, it's pretty much just give the strongest ally -3/-0. Okay, that's all right. I mean, I guess if it persists forever, it could make their board pretty useless. But it depends on how early you can get a Titanic ally out, right? Because, you know, I guess if you can get a Titanic ally out in 5, then it's pretty good. Let's continue. I'm very excited for the upcoming cards. A landmark, 2 mana landmark, Threshold of the Gray. Play curse an enemy with terror. When you summon a Titanic ally, destroy me to draw 2. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I mean, okay, let's say, you know, they play a 3/3, just out of curiosity, you know, or you know, they play a 3/1 on turn 2. You play this, you make it a 0/1, and then eventually you get to draw 2 with it. I mean, it's pretty good against aggro. But, okay. I don't know if it's good enough, but let's keep looking. Death Grasp. Kill an ally to deal 5 damage to a unit for 3 mana. So this is just Hate Spike for 1 more mana and 2 more damage, and it doesn't summon a Husk. Is this good? Is this good? I mean, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. You're playing against Mordekaiser, and if he has 3 mana on, I think it's pretty good, you know? 5 damage? That's a lot of damage. It kills a lot of stuff for 3 mana. You know, equivalent would be like a Black Spear. This is probably better than Black Spear as well, I think, especially in this kit. Like, Black Spear is 3 mana, deal 4 if a unit died this turn, and this is 3 mana, deal 5, but kill your own ally. But you want your allies to die probably in this deck, so you're gonna have plenty of fodder. It seems pretty good. This seems like a pretty good card. Let's continue on. All right, so we're done with all the Mordekaiser stuff. I'm going to move on to the Elder Dragon. Elder Dragon, okay. 12 mana. Okay, wait. He's 12 mana. Now, I'm sure they're going to explain how we get to 12 mana. I'm sure they will. 12 mana, Aspect. Okay, wait. Yeah, okay. I want to make sure I'm not getting. Oh, let's look at the. Okay. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. 12 mana, 10/10, Elder Dragon, Origin, Aspect of the Dragon. I cost 1 less for each different dragon boon you've played this game. Play every dragon boon on me. Okay, let's take a look at the Origin. You may put any. Okay, Aspect of the Dragon. You may put any follower that costs 6+ into your deck during deck building. When you play a unit with 6+ base cost, pick 1 of 2 dragon boons to play on it. When you play a unit with 6+ base cost, pick 1 of 2 dragon boons to play on it. 1 of 2 dragon boons to play on it. Okay. And this is, I cost 1 less for each different dragon boon you've played this game. And then play every dragon boon on me. Okay, so I'm assuming dragon boons will be explained. And what's the level up? Your allies have attacked with 75+ power. That's a lot of power to attack with. Elder Dragon, I cannot be stopped. A 30/30 with Fury. It cannot be. What does that mean? You can't kill it? It's like just it's there on the board or what? You can kill it. You can't stun it. What does that mean? I cannot be stopped. Okay, well, I mean, a 12 mana 30/30. That is the definition of a bomb. Yeah, I honestly don't know. This is wild. That's. Whew. That is a lot of. I cannot be. I like how simple it is, yet I still can't. I don't know what that means. You just win the game. You have this on board. You give this overwhelm, can't be stopped, or what? I do not know. This is, you know what it reminds me of though? It reminds me of Big Cat. Pursuit of Perfection. All right, let's continue. All right, this is the Elder Dragon spell. Elder Dragon's Primordial Roar. 8 mana burst. Refill your mana to full. Draw all 6+ cost followers from the top 6 cards of your deck. Create an Elder Dragon in your deck. Okay. You can play this on turn 5. If you actually ran the card, but you probably don't. Okay, so it's just like some draw. That's probably not bad in the deck that Elder Dragon fits into. You know you're playing really strong units, so you might as well just get them. You know, you definitely want to be able to draw them somehow. Mountainous Vigor. So I assume these are the boons. Grant +1/+1 and tough. Good. So these are kind of like, you know, if you've ever played League of Legends, all the different dragons have certain buffs associated with them. Similar kind of thing, but for Legend of Runeterra. Chemtech Blight, grant Deathless, which we're assuming means that they revive, but we do not know. Or like they don't die. I'm guessing they don't, like, the first time they die, they go to 1 instead or something. Hextech Prowess. Grant +1/+1 and impact twice. That's pretty good. I mean, that's impact's a strong keyword when it's stacked up, so I could see you just picking this when you're trying to smork somebody down. And the fact that you get you do get an option, it looks like, from the different boons, it seems pretty strong. Infernal Might, grant +1/+1 and fearsome. Again, like a good aggressive option. If your opponent doesn't have any fearsome blockers, you could push a lot of damage with this. Oceanic Will. Heal allies in your Nexus too. Okay, so, you know, after combat, you heal all your allies and your Nexus too. Seems pretty good. Cloudbringer Grace, grant Challenger. I mean, Challenger's a strong keyword, so yeah. All right, and then that's just the Elder Dragon spell. Ancient Malediction. Curse an enemy with terror. Okay, so that's the pretty much make someone -3/-0. Tomb Raider Barbara. Each round, the first time another ally dies or last breath, create a lucky find in hand. Each round, the first time another ally dies or last breath, create a lucky find in hand. So you get like 1 to 2 last breath, but maybe more. Maybe you can actually get more lucky finds. Okay, he's a 3-mana 3/2. Seems okay. I mean, now I'm on. It seems kind of random. Like, why we're talking about lucky finds now? That's those cards have been out for a while. All right, so that's all the Elder. We've gone through Mordekaiser. We've gone through Elder Dragon. Let's take a look at Morgana, and then we'll look at. There's definitely some variety cards to go over. Or actually, I don't even know where they're from, but Bandle City and whatnot. All right, Morgana. 5-mana, 3/4 lifesteal. Curse an enemy with shackles twice. So that's a -6 on something. You play this and you're -6ing something, making it completely useless. Okay. Level up. You've targeted units 8+ times. All right. Morgana leveled up. She's a 5-mana 4/5 lifesteal. Play curse an enemy with shackles twice. Attack curse the strongest enemy that isn't cursed with shackles, and deal 3 to cursed enemies and 2 to the enemy nexus. Ooh, okay. Wow, she is. I think she's honestly, she's pretty strong. Cause she has pretty good stats. Her stats are all right. She has lifesteal, really strong keyword, but beyond that, it's like. You're kind of making their board useless, and you're always going to be, she has enough HP that's like you're going to have a hard time killing Morgana without a spell if she's just consistently cursing enemies with shackles. Like, she's just going to be able to attack. It's going to be hard to attack into her. Really, really strong against any kind of aggro. Like, this, I feel like you just win the game. You play Morgana against aggro. It's like, what do they do? It's a 4-mana 4/5 with lifesteal, and you're making their board weaker. Crazy. All right, honestly, I might just be a Morgana main after this. Let's keep going. Okay, this is her champion spell. Morgana's Dark Binding. 3-mana, fast speed, stun an enemy and curse it with shackles. Again, seems fine. Yeah. 3-mana stun, with the upside of having a curse. I think that's pretty good. That is, yeah. I mean, pretty simple. Nothing to. But honestly, what's good about this card is, like, when you are attacking with Morgana and they do have one good blocker, you can attack and then stun that one blocker out of the way. Seems really, really good. Okay, shackles. So while I'm in hand, the curse unit is cannot attack or block and is immobile. Okay, that's while I'm in hand. So it's just like terror. Okay, soul shackles. What is this? Deal 3. Oh, this is like the Morgana spell. Deal 3 to cursed enemies and Morgana's ability. Deal 3 to cursed enemies and deal 2 to the enemy nexus. Okay. 8-mana 6/8 Mahira Aspect Ascendant. Overwhelm. Play curse 2 enemies with shackle twice. Oh, I mean, that's kind of an expensive 8-cost card, to be honest. Like, I mean, it's not an expensive 8-cost card, but it's an expensive card for a 6/8 with Overwhelm. Like, it depends on how good Shackles are. I guess sure, Shackles are pretty good, I'm guessing. I'm guessing what happens is that they get the shackles, and they have to play the shackles, right? That would be my guess on this. So like, you play Mahira, Aspect Ascendant. They get the shackle cards in their hand, and then they have to spend the mana to get it off. So when you curse something with shackles twice, they have to pay 4 mana just to be able to attack or block with the card. Okay, I mean that's pretty good. That's pretty good, and you can't do any of this in combat. But yeah, what happens if you curse something in combat? Obviously, you can't with this card, but is there any spell you can? That'd be interesting. All right, let's continue. Black Shield, 2 mana burst speed. Give an ally spell shield this round and curse it with shackles. Okay, so it's kind of you get a really strong effect of having spell shield, but with a downside. Yeah, this is a good card. This is actually a really good card. There's better. The only thing is I think there's a better way to give spell shield without the downside in Targon, but still pretty. I mean that card gets played, right? The 4 mana reduce my cost to 2 if you played a weapon this game. So this is kind of similar to that, but it has the downside and it's always 2 mana. See, if you can like save your Morgana from like a vengeance or something, I mean it seems pretty strong. Or like if you don't care if they attack or not, you know, you're playing Aurelion Sol, let's say. For example, it's like Aurelion Sol, you just want to sit on the board and generate value. If he attacks, greater, you know, that's great and all, but like if you're getting free cards with him, you're gonna win the game no matter what. So I mean, this card's pretty good in like any deck where you have like a champion or a card that you don't care if it attacks or defends, but you need it to stay alive, kind of thing. Seems pretty good. Okay. Lisa and Dolly. Play Curse an Enemy with Shackles. It's a 3 mana 2/3. Curse an Enemy with Shackles. All right. So just same thing, you know, give make it so someone can't attack or block for 3 mana, and then they have to pay. And it's a 3 mana 2/3. It's an okay stat line. I mean, the stat line's not great, but I think the cursing is a pretty strong effect, to be fair. It really slows down whatever your opponent's trying to do. I mean, you'd say, okay, like a 2/3, you know, at turn 3 they play a 3 drop 3/3, and you play a 2/3. Yeah, but their 3 drop gets -3 attack, so it's a 0/3. So who knows? I mean, I think this is a fairly strong effect. But I will say, as the game goes on, it seems like the effect gets a little worse, right? Because you are. I mean, it gets much worse, right? If they can pay mana to get off the shackles, then, you know, you're gonna have a hard time. At some point, you're gonna, you know, they're gonna outvalue you, or they're going to have the mana to go and just, okay, I'm gonna take off the shackles as soon as you put them on. But let's continue on. This Dark Binding, we did look at this. 2 mana 2/2. Ruby-Eyed Conjurer. Play, grant Spell Shield, or grant Overwhelm to an ally in hand. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, this usually, like, this granting stuff in hand isn't that great, but I feel like the effect hasn't been given such a strong thing. Like, usually it's just a stat buff, but granting Spell Shield or Overwhelm to something in hand and being able to choose between the two is pretty good. The only issue I see here is, like, you play this on turn 2 and you don't have something that you really care about giving Spell Shield to in hand on that turn, then maybe you just hold it until you have your Morgana or whatever. But I still think it's pretty good. I mean, just giving Spell Shield to something and or Overwhelm and getting a body on board on turn 2. It's not bad. Okay, Gentle Gem Dragon, 6 mana, 6/5. You play a fast spell, slow spell, or skill. Grant other dragon allies +1/+1. Okay, so this is kind of a dragon card. You could play it in your. You could get, you can play it in your Elder Dragon deck. When you play a fast spell, slow spell, or skill, grant other allies +1/+1. Other dragon allies. Okay. I mean, to be fair, with all these cards, I have no idea how this is going to pan out. Absolutely none. These could be the strongest cards we've ever seen or the weakest, but I have no idea. I think this will be... I feel like this is not that strong, but maybe it is. Like, maybe there's something you can do with... there's some combination of cards that just makes this really, really strong. Yeah, I have no clue. Okay, Adarani, Dragon Worshipper. When I'm summoned, heal your Nexus 2 and gain an extra mana gem next round. 4 mana, 3/3. This is pretty good in the Elder Dragon deck, actually. You probably do want to run this because you play this on turn 5. Or turn 4, and on turn 5 you can play your 6 drops. All the 6 drops you have to play in your Elder Dragon deck, and then on turn 6 it's 6 again, so you can play another 6 drop. I think this is strong. Mana cheating is fairly strong in the game, especially something like this where you get a body on board and you have cards specific to that. That exact mana cost that you're going to be able to play this at. So you're going to be able to play this on 4, or you're going to play this on 4, and on turn 5 you're going to have 6 mana to do whatever you want with. Not only that, but there's a lot of spells that you'd want for 6 mana. You could even play, like, if you have 3 mana banked up on turn 5, you can Ruination. Like, this is if you are in SI, but I will say I think this could even be played in. I think this might even not be a dragon card at all. Like, this could be played in anything. This is a very interesting card, and I feel like this could. I feel like this card could do disgusting things. This card is absolutely insane. And the more I'm looking at this, it's like, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. It is just like ramp, and that's true. But however, it's only for a turn, but like it's in a region that doesn't necessarily usually have ramp, which makes it very, very interesting. I'm very excited to see this card be played. Sinner's Vise. 6 mana, slow spell. Curse an enemy with shackles. Increase the cost of enemy curses everywhere by 1. Ooh, so you play this and you've cursed something, and now every curse that costs 2 mana now costs 3 mana. That's pretty good. If you have a lot of curses and they haven't dealt with this, if they haven't dealt with your curses yet, and it's like, okay, on turn 5 or 6 or whatever you're playing Sinner's Vise, and they have a bunch of curses in hand, but they're about to on their next turn they're going to get rid of all their curses, and you play this, and now they can only get rid of 2 or 3 of them. It seems pretty good. It seems like Morgana. I really do like Morgana's playstyle of you just hold the fucking board. I think that is really, really cool. Let's continue. 4 mana, 5/2 from Noxus, Lord Mallet, Deathless. Okay, so assuming Deathless means they revive, it's a 4 mana 5/2 that you have to kill twice. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I don't know. With no other keyword, I feel like this is trash. Okay, we have a red barbed razor mace. 4 mana, 4/4 overwhelm. Nexus Strike, curse your opponent with Ichor. Okay, what is Ichor? So that's another curse. Maybe they'll come up. But 4 mana, 4/4 is pretty, I mean, standard stats. And then with overwhelm, Nexus Strike, curse your opponent with Ichor. This might be playable. Let's take a look. Ichor. While I'm in hand round start, deal 1 to your Nexus. 3 mana focus. So they have to spend 3 mana to get this. Oh my god. That is really strong. That's pretty strong in a if you're playing an aggressive deck, it's like you can't be taking the damage, but you also just 3 mana to just get this out of your hand. That is rough. That is rough. Oh man, I can see some curse decks running around. This with a 6 mana card makes it a 4 mana. Oof. That is so, and I'm guessing it stacks, right? So it's like if you hit them twice, they're taking 2 damage every turn. Wow. Okay. Iron Legionary. Okay, the art on this is crazy. I love it. But anyways, 3 mana, 5/1. Play, deal 3 to an ally to deal 3 to an enemy. 3 mana, 5/1. Is a 3 mana, 5/1 playable? That deal 3 to an ally. I think with its effect, yes. I think this could be a pretty good card. You're paying like a lot of mana, but especially, I mean, this destroys like. This trades really well into pretty much, obviously, like anything, but it dies to any ping, right? So, but it does have the upside, like you kill you deal 3 to an ally, and you get to, so you can kill like one of your deathless cards or whatever, and you can deal 3 and take out a blocker, or take out an attacker. I think this could see play. Obviously, it dies to any ping, but the difference between 1 HP and 2 HP isn't really that much. There's a few cards that kill at 1 HP, and honestly, in those matchups, you might just win anyways. If you're playing against Vandal City and you got pie tosses, maybe it's a good matchup. So it's like it doesn't matter. Who cares? And if Garen's really hard, elites are really hard. A 5 mana or 3 mana 5/1 kind of destroys elites. They can't attack into that. How are you gonna attack turn 3? How are you going to attack turn 4? Even turn 5, you play Garen. He's a 5 mana 5/5. You're still not trading into this. Crazy. Okay. Let's continue. Soul Cleaver. Oh, this is the ability. Soul Cleaver. Deal 3 to an ally. Deal 3 to an enemy. All right. Blade Pierce Revenant. Deathless. When an ally is revived, grant it Challenger. Okay. So I'm assuming any deathless cards just get revived. Like that is my assumption. I'm taking that. I haven't read that. That's not a fact, but that is what I'm assuming. So you kill an ally, it revives from deathless, and then when an ally is revived, grant it Challenger. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I mean, this will have Challenger, or will this have? So if this dies, does it get Challenger? That's a good question. I do not know. I have no clue. Huh? Okay. Let's continue. Indestructible. Grant an ally deathless. Okay. So 3 mana burst speed. You grant someone they can revive. Yeah. Seems pretty good. I'm not exactly sure what Deathless is, but if you can play this on cards that don't have Deathless, obviously, I mean, those are the only cards you would play this on, but like this on cards that shouldn't have Deathless, I bet is very strong. Giving Deathless to something that shouldn't have Deathless seems a lot stronger than cards that should have Deathless just being Deathless, right? All right, we have a 4 mana 4/4 charlatan Fishmonger. PNZ. Round start, all players draw 1, then grant your opponent's cards fleeting. Round start, all players draw 1, then grant your opponent's card fleeting. I don't think this is good. I think this is trash. Maybe in some kind of like mill deck. But yeah, I mean, you're paying 4 mana and you're not getting any more value for a 4/4. Not good. I can already tell you this is trash. Unless there's some synergy that I'm missing. Maybe with like curses. Maybe with curses you can like do something. Like they're getting all these cards, but they can't use them anyways because they have to get rid of the curses. I don't know. It doesn't seem very good, but I've been wrong many times before. Shady Spectacles. Okay, this is a 3-mana equipment. 0/0. Okay. Pick an allied follower. Transform my bearer into an exact copy of it while it's equipped. What? That card's kind of wild. So you play this, you pick an allied follower and then transform my bearer into an exact copy of it while it's equipped. That's pretty good though, no? I feel like you can like cheat. You can cheat out some stuff here. You know, you have 3 spell mana banked up, and you can just play this. As long as you have like some unit else on board, you play like a really, really strong unit, and you play Shady Spectacles on your second unit, and you just have 2 of them now. 3 mana, I think. I mean, it's almost like it's like a spell, right? It's like a focus speed, or I don't know. Equipment has a weird thing because it's I guess it's more like a unit. It's unit speed, right? They don't get an interaction when you play it, so it's not like they can kill the chump unit. I think this could actually be good. I think there's something that this might be good with. It's kind of cheesy, but 3 mana for this effect is not terrible. All right, let's continue. All right, so we looked at all the Morgana. That's everything Morgana, everything with Elder Dragon, everything with Mordekaiser. There's a couple more variety cards we're going to take a look at. Let's start from the beginning. Sugary Snare, 8 mana slow speed. Place an ally on the bottom of your deck to summon the top ally of your deck. That is quite the that's quite the risk, I gotta say. But I could see this with the new dragon card. I don't know. I honestly do not know. That's kind of a wild effect. Place an ally on the bottom of your deck to summon the top ally of your deck. The only issue I have with this card is that it's 8 mana slow. So it's like, when are you playing this card that they're not going to have any interaction, and what are you playing it on? You know what I mean? Because like, not only will you have to spend 8 mana for a slow speed spell, but they can interact with it. Like, if this goes off, I mean, this is a meme deck for sure. This is a meme card. 100%. This is a content card, and we all know it. And I love it, but it's a content card. 2 mana early bird, slow. Your opponent discards their highest cost card. So this is kind of like the equivalent. It's almost like the 4 mana card, 4 mana 3/4 that both players draw a card, and then your opponent discards the highest cost card. I don't know. This might be good. You know, if you're playing against, it's kind of a weird like little tech card. You know, when you're discarding the lowest cost card, it's not that great. But when you're discarding their highest cost card and you're playing 2 mana for it, I could see it being okay. Would you main deck this? Probably not, but if you get it in like Concologist or whatever, it doesn't seem terrible at all. Like it seems definitely playable. Okay. Mirai Respire. 2 mana landmark. When you spend mana to play a unit, refill 1 spell mana. So this pays for itself after you play 2 units. Is this good though? Maybe with like, I don't know, maybe there's some like kind of go wide with some kind of jack cards maybe. I don't really know. I don't think this does anything, but maybe there's some cards later on that give us more info. Honest Croupier? 3 mana 1/3 brash. When you play a card with cost equal to my power, grant me +1/+1. When you play a card with cost equal to my power, grant me +1/+1. Okay. So you play this, then you play a 1-drop, then you play a 2-drop, then a 3-drop, 4-drop, etc. But it's a 3 mana card, so why are you gonna have 1 cost in your hand? Okay. This like is some like perfidious promoter stuff. Like, I feel like they're trying to make a deck where you just like play out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you could buff this and give it like +1/+1 with a weapon, and it's a 2/4, and then you play a 2-cost unit. I don't know. This is an odd card. This is a very odd card. 2 mana 2/3 Dragon Allegiant. When I'm summoned, draw a dragon if you behold a dragon. 2 mana 2/3. I mean, stats are good stats. Draw a dragon if you behold a dragon. I think this is probably playable. You probably play this in a dragon deck, right? I mean, you might as well. I don't know. Its effect isn't like that strong, because like it's not like the Poro herder. Like, you need to draw more Poros, right? Because Poros cost 1, but dragons are usually pretty expensive. So usually you don't have a problem of too few cards in your hand. You have a problem of not enough mana. So that doesn't really solve that. So I'm not sure this is good enough. But its stats are all right. Its effect is Mage Seeker Inquisitor. 4 mana 3/2 Challenger Tough. Demacia. When I'm summoned, curse your opponent with suppression. This card is so strong. Like, I feel like this card is actually kind of strong. Maybe I'm just a Demacia hater. But like, you put a weapon on this thing, it's you put let's say the formidable weapon, it's a 3/4 challenger with tough. How are you ever killing that? Honestly, how are you ever killing that? Not only that, but it's like you're cursing something with suppression, which is, I don't even know. It'd probably tell us. Suppression. Focus. Okay, well, I'm in hand. You can't play spells other than suppression. Oh my god. So you can't deal with that. So you play this on turn 4. Unless you have literally 7 mana up on turn 4, you're probably never killing the 3/2. Like, oh my lord. I'm definitely playing some kind of curse deck on the day 1 of expansion, because it is really cool, but that is going to be absolutely painful. Absolutely painful. I'm seeing like it's probably gonna be like some Morgana Demacia deck, like mid range. You just play like Morgana, you play Garen, and you swing into them, and they can never trade with you at all. Oh, my God. Okay, well, let's continue. Magical Fettering, 2 mana slow speed. Grant an ally +0/+2. Curse your opponent with suppression. You give man. They can't play any spells before they play suppression. So like, if they ever go to 2 mana, you play Mage Seeker Inquisitor. They cannot respond to any of the rest of the stuff that you're doing. That is crazy. So they have to always be above 2 mana essentially to even have a chance of playing anything. That's crazy. 6 mana 6/6 Cloud Drake. Wait, just Cloud Drake? They added to the game. Look at that. Why is it a skull, man? That is insane. So 6 mana 6/6 Fury. When I'm summoned, reduce the cost of all allied units in hand by 1. Okay, now we're cheating out. Now we're cheating out Elder Drake even earlier. That's not bad. I think specifically with the 4 mana card that gives you an extra mana gem, you play that, and then you play this on 5. Now all your dragons cost less, so all your 6 costs 5. Man, you could, and I don't know. It seems pretty good. Let's keep going. Alatus, the Gallant, 7 mana 7/6. Your dragon boons target all dragon allies. What? That's crazy. So every time you play any dragon boon, all your dragons get it. Oh my, that has got to be pretty strong. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe dragons becomes good. I mean, these are some big boys. 7 mana 7/6 is not bad stats, and it has a really strong effect. Really strong effect. You're gonna get a dragon boon when you play it too, right? So, yeah. I mean, that seems pretty good. Okay, 2 mana 2/3 in Freljord, Yudulski Snowdog. Attack. Grant the top 2 allies in your deck +1/+1. Bro, this card is so strong. This card is so strong. Holy. Like, this card is a 2 mana 2/3. Essentially a second. This is second Omen Hawk. They reprinted Omen Hawk as a 2 mana card. Why did Freljord need the strongest? I think this is literally the strongest card in the set. This card's insane. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Okay, 2 mana equipment, Handy Harness. Handy Harness. Had a little trouble speaking. It's been a long video. 2 mana equipment. I have +1/+0 for each different subtype you've played this game. Okay, so this is like a Warden or Nico card. Is that good? It's okay. It's pretty good if you slap this on an Overwhelm unit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty good. I can see this played in Nico deck. You slap this on the cat, and it's like a 12, whatever, 12/6 attacking you. That is pretty strong. Dragon. 6 mana 3/3. Okay. All right. This has got to have an interesting effect. 6 mana 3/3. Elusive. When you play a fast spell, slow spell, or skill, heal your Nexus. 1. Or no, sorry. It's a 6 mana 3/5. My apologies. When you play a fast spell, slow spell, or skill, heal your Nexus. 1. So does it? I guess it counts for all the dragon stuff that you're doing. So maybe it is pretty good. Maybe it's okay because it counts for all the boons and whatnot. Yeah, maybe it's all right. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously like a kind of a stalling card. I have no idea if this is strong or not, but it might be. It might be playable. Might be playable. It's in Ionia too, so you could play this not in a dragon deck potentially. It's a lot of mana though, 6 mana. All right. Hisho. This is another Ionia card. Hisho, Shell of the World. Spell Shield. Each round, the first card you play costs 9 less. And it's a 9-mana 9. I don't think this is good. But it's a crazy effect. Crazy effect. If there was a card that you wanted to play that cost like a ridiculous amount that you had to get to, this would be good. But if you play this and then you just play a 9 cost next turn, I guess it has Spell Shield though. Kind of hard to deal with, but it's really slow. It's really, really slow. I don't think this is good enough. It's just too slow, honestly. If its mana cost was lower, yeah, but like maybe if you can like ramp into it. If you could ramp into this, it's still too slow, honestly. I want this to be good because it's a very cool effect, but I think it's a little too slow. Let's continue. Empyrean Dance. 9 mana fast speed. Stop an enemy's fast spell, slow spell, or skill. Recall an enemy and summon the Empyrean. Oh my. So it's a deny. It's deny, recall, and summon a unit at fast speed. In Ionia. Wow. I honestly think this might be playable. Yeah, I think this might be playable. I mean, if you're playing this on turn 6 and you have spell mana banked up, and you're expecting them to play some, even if whatever it is. The only issue is it's like very the problem with this card is that you have to. It's essentially deny, right? But you have to hold up a ton of mana. But again, like, when you're playing Ionia and you're passing quite a few times, if they open with an attack, then obviously you have nothing to play unless, they have a skill. I don't know. I mean, the fact that it does all these things, I think it might be playable, like a one of. It's a lot of mana, 9 mana, but hey, you could kind of reduce the cost. There's a couple cards that can reduce the cost of this. I don't know if it's good enough, but it's very interesting. I'm gonna definitely try this card for sure. I want this to work. When it does, I feel like when it does work, it's an absolute blowout. Like you just auto win the game because you're doing so much. The problem is, you play this and then they deny it. Kind of feels bad. Let's continue. Oh. That was it. That was all the cards. Wow. All right. Final thoughts. A lot of cards. My voice is gone at this point. But I'm really excited to see these actually be played. I'm really, really excited for Morgana, actually. I thought I was going to be less excited for her. But I think I'm actually most excited for Morgana and then maybe Mordekaiser, then Elder Dragon. If you guys let me know what you guys think, what you're excited to play. But that is kind of my tier rankings of what I want to play. But who knows? I might end up liking Mordekaiser more. I think Mordekaiser is really, really cool. You, like the attack, and for the rest of the game, every time you slay a unit, you drain 1. You kind of could slowly win a game by just draining your own units, right? Seems really, really cool. But yeah, I am really excited. I cannot wait for next week when all these cards get released. All right. Well, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you are excited to play. And let me know if you know what Deathless means, because I still am not 100% sure. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video or on twitch.tv/wildman101. I stream there most days, so you can catch me there. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.